hello. I would just start. Just do.
Okay, let's try it. Hey, man. What you getting all excited about? It's just me, Zombie Biden. Hey, man.
What?
No, look, folks. It's
Whoa.
just me. Oh, wait, the mic's in my face.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Um,
yeah. Huh?
super disturbing.
No questions. No questions, guys. Can't take any, they tell me not to take any questions.
Oh, what's that?
What?
What?
Wait a minute.
This is
Oh, I got some ice
uh
cream here. Oh, there we go.
oh my god.
Look, folks,
Oh my
it's
god.
real simple. I'm looking for brains. I'm a zombie. Okay.
And it's
Why is
All
he
right.
Tom, but he's trying to sound like Trump?
that is amazing. He is like Joe Biden meets like Beavis and Butthead meets what's that guy? Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fantastic.
Did you say Trump?
Oh jeez.
Oh Lord.
Joe Biden. He's so corrupt. I call him Crooked Joe. That's what I call him now. He's crooked.
I hope this is recorded.
Oh, who's that guy? No. I'm the president now. Not that guy. Okay. Let's move on. Somebody else.
Okay.
Somebody join me.
Okay. Let me get myself ready here.
Hello.
I know. Yeah. Well, we didn't. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I gotta time it right here.
Trump's been fined for breaching his gagging order, and former members of his legal team. Who is it that really subverts democracy?
I'm not even moving my lips.
Closing down of free speech. And what is the agenda of Trump's opponents? To bring about justice or bring an end to Trump?
Love it.
Today,
Okay.
Michael
that's
Brand.
awesome.
I got the chains, man. I didn't have
The
a good,
shirt.
but I got one that's kind of spacey. So
Need a little more chest hair.
yeah, I don't have any like. Well, I mean, I do. I don't have a shirt that has that root, dude. This is 5 minutes. I did spend money on the wig though, which I'm really starting to like. I've been wearing it all day. All right, so who's next? Oh, who am I?
That's a
That
good
would be-
costume, man.
That would be Mr. Russell Brand.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think Zeus is going to go next. I'm going to get up and
Great
hold on.
costume. No joke, folks. Great
Hold on.
costume.
All right, hold on. I'll tell you when you're live. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yours isn't touchscreen.
Hurry up, folks. It's almost my bedtime.
Okay, you're on.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's awful. Awful.
What is that?
I know what that is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that movie that I refuse to watch, even as a horror fan.
That door, man.
All right.
Hey, what's that? What's that?
Come
The
on,
human
man.
centipede, man. Whoa.
Oh,
What you getting all excited about?
Chair, dude.
Huh?
I gotta get you a
Yeah.
chair, man.
I don't think he can sit down.
Yeah, I don't think.
No,
Oh,
it's
no, I'm taking this off.
he's
Don't
taking
worry.
it off.
No, I just love that Zeus broke out his personal collection just for Halloween, which is awesome.
Oh my!
I was expecting a little more love than that, but
That was awesome, dude. This is great. This is
Mm.
looking at Joe Biden, Tom.
Wait, we're gonna get in
Hey.
trouble just for what I'm looking at right now.
What is that?
I'm
Yeah.
telling you all,
This is Jabba the Hutt.
we didn't have the human centipede on this podcast.
Come on, man.
Mike, unzip me.
Nobody should have to look at that. Come on, man.
All right, thank you.
So where are you going?
All right. No, don't come
He
on
went-
yet, Jack. We need to wait for
Yeah, no. Look, when you
The
gotta
human-
go, you gotta go.
I don't know what happened, man.
What do you mean?
Where'd you go?
He
he's
had to
got to
pee.
cut some
Oh.
stitches.
This is the best intro ever. Zeus is literally peeing or something right now. All right, I'm just gonna go.
No, he can't see you.
Oh,
You're not going to
he
get the
can't see
reaction.
me. All right, is he?
Oh,
What is he?
This
Is he
is-
like? Is he normal Zeus? Is he like gonna come out naked? Because I'm gonna like shut this off.
This
That's why
is
I closed the door. We've been
Yeah,
naked.
he's gonna come out naked now with this nothing but a sock.
I hope he's got that robe left over from last year.
yeah, that's right. You should have just brought the robe, man.
That's what I said. I was gonna go as Buffalo Billipede.
Buffalo Billipede. All right, well this is a long intro. Can I go?
Hello, my awakening 6 million followers. All right.
He's putting on his pants.
This comes. I'm going to have to cut all this out, I guess.
Yeah, this is not good. This is
This
not
is not good
Zeus.
radio, man.
No,
Wave your
this
finger so you know to cut a couple minutes before.
I think this is like 120 proof Foz going on here. This is
Yeah,
exactly
this is the pure stuff.
this is the pure stuff.
All right, I'm gonna keep it simple. All right,
We need to get a I don't care.
all right. I had intro music, but I'm not gonna bother. Let's just go.
Man. Shit. I don't have to get something. All right, Jack.
Okay, let's go.
It's a shoulder.
The blood. Ah man.
Wow.
Do they glow? Are they glowing?
Ah,
Nice.
Go out like that. That's awesome.
mhm.
Tom's is hilarious.
Hey, man. Don't
I
bite me.
think Tom's is definitely the scariest.
I'm zombie biting, man.
Get as
Don't
much.
bite me. I bite you.
That's awesome.
Now I have to watch it.
Is this like I mean, so is this primitive technology zombie Biden, or is this looks pretty good? It's a little weird.
Hey, look, man. Look, folks. It's real simple. Here's the deal, folks. Anyway,
They don't want me to go on that long.
Never mind.
anyway.
This is fantastic.
It'd be great.
Never
if-
know. Biden
All right,
sounds
well,
like
So far we have about 27 usable seconds of
nah, I think we're good.
Did,
man.
did
No,
at least
nothing.
my crawling across come across well?
Yeah,
Okay,
right at the
good.
bottom of the screen, man. It was like, wow, it was fantastic. You're a little bit out of okay, now you're in focus. Now you're out of focus.
No, man, focus now.
So it's Halloween,
Yep.
I think,
in-
again.
6 days or today.
Through the magic of podcasting, today is Halloween.
Okay.
We're from the future. We'd like to say happy Halloween.
What are the lottery numbers?
Oh, I don't know.
What is he doing?
I
Dude, you have ADD.
where'd he go?
I got everything ready but a chair. So he's going to take a chair from somewhere. There you go. That's beautiful. Fit for a king.
If it didn't go flawless like this, it wouldn't be our show. Come on.
That's true.
So, somebody suggested on this scary Halloween night that we talk about, I believe it was scary movies that we hadn't seen that we wanted to.
Hmm.
I've been watching a lot of scary movies lately.
Wait, time out. I hate to put us back on track, but didn't I thought Tom had an idea and for the show and he was hosting and he had some idea that he wanted to do. Mr. President, did you have some idea?
Oh. Oh, me.
He's gonna do it. He's committed. He's committed.
He is in character.
Folks. Sort of. It went sideways halfway through the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the sing along. Could not get that to
Oh.
function.
That's probably good.
But I do have
Oh.
a different presentation for everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to go through the history of, what do you call it? The history of Halloween costumes down through the years.
Wow.
Okay, so we can talk about that. Zeus, you mentioned horror movies, like some deep cuts, right, Zeus?
Yeah, like well, some that we've seen that maybe nobody else has seen, and then the flip side of that, ones that we've heard about, not seen. You know what I mean? And want to, just speculative.
All right, well that's cool. Yeah, no, I definitely could come up with some horror movie gems. I don't know about singing along, Mr. President, but I'll try.
I love how he just always looks surprised.
I know. That's like,
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Hey, folks. Settle down.
this is amazing.
And I think Mike wanted to maybe talk some scary stories. So
I was-
wait, well,
yeah.
first of all, happy Halloween to our Friends of Zeus podcast viewers.
I want everyone to know all of our
Or
amazing
happy
listeners.
Fazoween.
Happy Fazoween.
Ah.
Is that with two Z's or
No,
just the one?
Z. There's only one Z.
There's only one Z. That's right, my friend.
So
let's get the ball rolling.
this is our third
Oh.
Halloween episode. I
Yes,
think.
it is.
It
Hey,
is.
hey, Mr. President, where's Corinne Jean-Pierre?
Well, she's not. Oh, who? Who's that? Let's see who else I got. I do have. I did not
Oh,
assault those women.
oh man!
No, I no,
See,
I did not
should
do.
have done that. I should have done that.
Well, there's two of you.
Oh man,
I
no,
can't wait to
that's-
learn how to do this.
It's like super creepy.
Just drink Bud Light.
Yes,
Everybody,
that's
all my girls drink Bud Light.
oh man.
That's terrible.
That is, yeah, it's like nightmare-inducing level.
Elon Musk.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty
Forget
good.
about Twitter. We're on
Yeah,
X now. X.
That's probably the best one.
Yeah,
You gotta get all these voices down, Tom. We'll have you on every
I
week.
know. Let's see.
Who's that?
I
That
think
looks
we've
like
been on long enough, guys. Time.
yeah,
to
that
wrap
looks
it.
like me. That's me. Damn it.
Oh
Oh
man,
wow.
Let's see.
Do me, do me, do me, do me, do me.
Freaky.
Hello.
Oh my
Welcome to the Friends of Zeus podcast. Number I don't know.
God. Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Lost. I had some before. I've kind of lost them, but
What do you, so you just gather images and you put them on there and it kind of twists them? But the
There's no reveal.
here's
Yeah.
the deal. Here's the deal, folks. I don't know how this works. Okay. You want to start with the costumes?
Here he goes again.
Yeah, that was quick.
Now, I'm going to show you some. Wait, did we lose? I can't see all my screens all at once. So, okay. So I'm going to show you some Halloween costumes and see how they've changed down through the decades. Does that sound like fun? You guys feel
Yeah,
free to
yeah,
jump
yeah.
in.
Oh, jump.
yeah.
Jokes. So we're going to start way back early 20th century. Okay.
Oh boy, look at that shit.
Now you see. Okay. There we go.
Wow.
Imagine you're like in the 1920s, 1930s.
That's awesome.
This is what you would have to work off of.
Well, see, but here's the thing. Back then, those I'm assuming those are probably like paper mache. A lot of them.
Mhm.
But they were probably commonplace then. But if somebody were to walk down the street wearing one of those today, that would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That's legit scary.
Yeah.
But back then, they were like, "Oh, he's got a paper mache. He made it in the house that we go to school in on top of that hill."
Jeez,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know what this reminds me of is like, I love it for Easter. on the internet when when you see the slideshows of like all the scary Easter bunnies with kids screaming on their laps, like at the mall. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
For Santa.
You know
Yeah.
what? This one in particular gives me like an alternate Earth vibe.
Yeah, no, it does. I'm
Yeah,
saying
the old metal cars in the
Some-
background.
some of those
Crazy.
early Easter bunnies
Like
were
like the
frightening
Watchmen.
looking.
It reminds me of the Watchmen.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, this one you can see the paper. It looks like a. Oh, this looks like a Eastern European, like a,
I was gonna
But
say.
what do they call it, Baba Yaga witch on the left there.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at that pumpkin with the teeth.
That's fucking creepy.
Look at this.
Ugh, look at that shit.
What the-
These are. I mean,
Is this the
you
Mandela effect? Is that what it is?
didn't have any store bought,
You don't remember this
costumes
stuff,
back then.
or you remember stuff
That never
differently than it
happened.
was? Yeah, that's weird. That's so creepy.
The one on the left looks like something out of Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz.
No,
So-
it looks like a
Yeah,
it looks
on-
like a nightmare.
Here's a
Yeah.
question. Just to pause on this, since we're talking about costumes. I remember, and just not to get all nostalgic, but like thinking about costumes that I had when I was a kid, they were all made at home. Like either my mom made it,
Mhm.
Oh, my
or-
grandmother made it.
or we pieced it together out of like whatever. And so I think that's what these people are doing. These are homemade, and even
Oh,
the
absolutely. That's probably a real pumpkin on that one girl's head.
the early yeah. I mean, these were like made. These weren't made by artisans. These were made by
Like children,
carpenters and
My
farmers.
grandmother used to.
and they didn't have the internet to research, patterns and
I
such.
had, when I was probably like 7 or 8, she made me. Well, when did Return of the Jedi come out?
83.
So okay, so
Yeah.
May.
she made me the whole Luke with the hood and all that, and I
Mhm.
was this flaxen haired boy with a full head of
Like
hair.
Tatooine.
Looked a little the part,
Yeah.
but man, yeah, grandmas were fucking key at Halloween. I don't know about you said your mom made them. My grandmother made all my costumes.
Yeah, because they could sew. People could sew
Yeah.
back then.
I mean, on like the pattern, my mom would make them like with the like the sewing machine.
Yeah, sewing. People had sewing machine. My mom had a sewing machine too.
Like not the like.
Like
Yeah,
a lost art.
There was one. I think I showed a picture on some previous episode. She made it was a Satan costume. It's great.
Yeah.
With the hat and the ears and the tail.
Oh my god, what the
See,
fuck
that's
is
scary, man.
Now these look like masks
Yeah.
from the store, like
Yeah.
store bought
Yeah.
masks.
5 and dime. Yeah.
But they were still creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can see mass production coming in. Like they stopped making the
Yes.
old one.
And you can
and
see
those
this
are the
is
ones.
probably the 50s, early 60s based on the car.
The
Yeah.
rubber bands on those things were like as thin as a spaghetti noodle.
Oh, they broke off.
Yeah, and they would break like
Yeah,
so.
they like tangle in your hair.
You
They
try and
just-
keep the costume for like 6 months.
Yeah,
and
and
the
the
rubber
nose
band
would
will break and
smash.
you're just done. Done.
Yeah.
fucking-
No. The worst was the plastic would like cut into your face.
Yes, and they'd have like the little pads here.
Christ, Tom, where did you dig these up? An alternate universe?
Those are fantastic.
Yeah. Now these, this is some sort of cult or something, I guess.
This is a product of they didn't have TV and dark visions that they like learned. This is all from their fucking nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a shot from the extended cut of the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Everything looks, oh my god, it's so dark.
And
That's
then,
great.
so then we start to move into modern times. Now, like
Oh yeah.
like Zeus was saying, some of these are homemade.
Yeah, you look at like that center picture, right? So that bunny mask,
that's
that Satan
every
mask,
family.
I've seen that mask a million times.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
remember that mask, Mike. You're right.
Yeah, that's every family USA 1970.
Mhm.
I mean, that was just
Yeah, I think I have a picture just like that, even with the wood paneling.
yeah,
Yeah, I've been a hobo one time when I was a kid
it's a good one.
as a costume.
You'll be a hobo again, Tom. I have to, um,
And then
that one goes
remember-
back to you. That one was like a little like that
Oh.
movie, The Strangers.
That
yeah, this
Mhm.
was, look at the car in the background. So this was again in probably late 60s.
yeah, and these outfits were meant to be worn once. You know, they would just like
Yeah.
Oh,
apart.
you wore the hell out of them.
They were like a buck, right?
Right.
They were like
I don't know.
nothing.
I never bought it.
Yeah, but I think these costumes in the 60s were even a little more high quality than the shit that we got in the 70s.
Oh.
They really started to just make them like plastic nothing.
But you
Like
can
that.
see the start of that here, like on the far right, that Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse. It's like a head to toe out of the bag
Yeah.
costume,
Yes.
and that's what they were transitioning to.
Oh my god, those ones are creepy too. We're back to alternate universe again.
I remember when we used to they'd have like the parade. Did you guys do that at elementary school? Everybody would put their costumes on. You would
There was, like,
parade like around the.
We got
The-
one next week at our elementary. The one Zeus and I hang out at.
Yeah, the one.
Here's another one. No, this one's getting
Mike's
more.
breaking football by looking over at me.
Now those were some decent. Now there were over the years there've been some pretty bad costumes. I'm going to share some of those with you.
Wait, that kid in the front, that one looked homemade.
Here's one. Here's a costume you probably don't want to.
That's Mr. T. And
Yeah,
it's
you
probably-
can't. Yeah, you can't do that now.
it's
That's a
probably
white. That's a white guy. That's a white guy. You can't do that.
Probably, yeah.
not even like Mr. T. That's like Mr. K or something. I don't
Yeah, he's got a sideways K on.
It's a big
It's a
fro.
little different.
Stop at 1K,
Oh,
okay?
no.
All right, that's a homemade mask right there.
You think?
That looks
Not
like
bad. I mean, you got to commend them for the attempt, right?
Yeah, that's a good mask right there.
that's Scooby Doo. He's got. I could tell from the collar.
Yeah.
Now this next one I really love. Look at this.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Not like construction paper.
Yeah.
Basically, just took some yellow paper and red paper and taped it all over himself.
And the
And if you
bow.
look at his hand, yeah,
The
it's like a gift wrap bow that he put on his hand.
That's
That's
awesome.
hilarious. That's hilarious.
If you think that's a bad superhero,
We need you. We need that guy.
just
That
in
is like-
time.
Jason Alexander meets Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah. Meets Benjamin Netanyahu.
Oh, it's a menorah. He's got a menorah.
Yeah, it's a menorah with 3 candles as the
The claws.
the blades, the claws. And
Yeah,
I
they
can kind
need
of
that
see the
guy.
evolution of this. I think it started. He probably had these mutton chops already, right? And
Right.
somebody probably said, "You look like Wolverine with those mutton chops," and then he's got the idea. To I bet that's how it started.
Yeah,
He's
that's
off
brilliant.
to Kibitz.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that guy's performing in Times Square right now. At least
Yeah.
he used to be. Now he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gonna kick some
Last
Hamas.
scene.
Ah,
It's awesome.
no.
Oh man.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Like how he's holding a beer.
Yeah, that's Zeus on Tuesday. Hey
do-
kids. Oh, look at that shit.
Oh, you know those two share the same bed.
Oh my god.
Not that there's
About
anything
this one.
wrong with that.
You got to look closely at this one.
Wait, I know what that is. That's Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's different phases of it. That's great.
Wow.
That's actually a really good costume.
Yeah,
That is
Yeah.
spectacular.
I got to admit now. Over the
Even-
years, costumes really evolved, and then in recent years, they've really gotten good. Here's one.
Good one. That's a great
Yeah.
one right there.
That was the original 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, Mike, that's when you were in the bunker.
Yes. Yes.
The window. I remember that window.
Even the 5-minute costume.
Well, this one took more than 5 minutes, but yeah, that was still, I think, my favorite because it's dead
Yeah,
on.
that one.
Oh, that's spot on.
We had this
Yeah.
guy.
I remember
We had
that.
some good
Green
costumes
hair.
back then.
Total
We
commitment.
didn't do bad.
Yes, I like this one too.
This looks good. This one holds up.
Yes.
Oh, there she is.
That got
Prognosticator.
hot. I know. I think you remember she said.
That's kind of hot. She'll appreciate
Yeah.
that.
No, she said that got hot.
No,
at
she
some
said it
point
got
during the
hot.
show.
Oh, right, right.
Oh, she did. All right. It is kind of hot though.
It
So
is
s-
hot.
speaking of hot,
Oh yeah, no, how could you forget? It's burned in my brain already. You didn't even need to show it.
Wait, is this 3D?
I have a poster of this.
Well, he wouldn't stay like in frame. I mashed two pictures together to get his face
Nice
and his
job,
crotch.
Good man.
Can't wait to tell Jason to watch this one.
Nice.
Then we went to this
Classic.
one.
We thought that was an effect, and it was a practical effect.
That was yeah.
Yeah.
Those were real
Yeah, that was
bars.
some-
Wasn't that like from your oven or something?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh no. Sorry. I think that one was 3 minutes. It was 3 minutes. Oh man.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Like the lines.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my attempt at skeleton. Oh yes, who could forget?
Paul Gabbard.
No,
I know. I'm just laughing because that's what we all said. We're like, Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice one.
Nice.
Oh boy. Let's see. Where am I at?
That one was a classic. I thought tonight was going to go better than that. I'm very
Oh,
disappointed.
oh, those were great, man. Those were great. I got to go to bed, guys.
You ever put a lid on it? Calling a lid. You know they call it that? Calling a lid when his day's over. You guys know that term?
I'm not for going to bed. No.
No,
Is that
when-
a saying?
When he's done work for
they
the day.
smoke a lid
No, when he's done working for the day,
off
they
the
say
statue in the
they
White
call a
House.
lid. They say it's a lid on the day.
The lid.
Oh, that sounds like a
Yeah,
bunch of
yeah, what-
malarkey. A bunch of
Yeah,
malarkey.
what time do they put a lid on it for him? About 6 o'clock Eastern
No,
time?
Right after the 4 o'clock dinner, Lubies.
No, a lot of time it's in the morning.
Yeah, 11 a.m., folks. Joke. No joke.
No joke.
No joke.
Let's see. Okay.
God, he sucks.
I know.
He really.
He really sucks.
It just
Who's-
Did the little kids, do they touch the hairs on your legs, Joe?
it's just it's
Who's the
beyond.
kids?
So, yeah.
Joe Biden. He's so corrupt. He's so crooked. Guy was perfect.
We could just leave the show and Tom could just talk to himself.
Oh man.
He can't. He can't. He's losing it.
We need
You gotta
I
keep
feel like
less Trump.
There's
Who
like a
Biden?
glitch in the Matrix.
We need positive, not negative. We need good, not bad.
That's actually his.
That's
best-
not bad. That's not bad digitally.
Oh, 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 oh. Hey, what you getting all excited about, man? Calm down.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Tom is owning this episode.
this is great.
Oh my
Okay.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
who's next here? Who's that next reporter?
Oh,
Who's
I
got a
don't know.
question?
So I'm like the color commentator this evening because I'm
Russell
less
Brand.
prepared. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in, but you guys got to go. I don't have a story.
I was just a shit-eating machine.
Well, wait a minute. I thought you guys decided to do like Halloween episodes of TV shows. Like that's where you left it. And I was like, I'm out because I only know one.
Yeah, I mean, they were all the same. It was all. I'm not a big fan of the old
The TV
Halloween
shows.
episodes. Like the Simpsons Halloweens were great.
It is now that Trump's been
Tree.
fired.
But,
Whoops. The tree house of horror.
yeah,
That's
Treehouse of
great.
Horror
It's
was great.
fantastic.
Yeah,
No,
those
those
were
are
all,
awesome.
all good.
I remember those from like 30 years ago, whatever it was, but they were great.
Well, how about
Was that that old?
how
God damn.
Yeah, no, that's 90s. That's old.
about
That was like late 90s into the 2000s, I think, is when The Simpsons started, right?
Is the show still in production? I think it's still
Or maybe 80s.
Yeah, I
Well,
think they're
so-
still making it.
Well, why don't I get the ball rolling in some direction? I've been watching a few more horror movies lately than I normally do. The one that stands out recently, and I think Jack might have seen it, was Eden Lake. Did you
Yeah,
see
that's that was on my list of uncut gems. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Go ahead.
Good. I mean, I guess It's sort of how, I mean, it's a horror flick, definitely.
It's a horror flick. Yeah.
It's so it's this Michael Fassbender, who's Magneto in the X-Men First Class
Yeah.
things. He's in it. A disgustingly handsome guy, and this, I don't know who the girl is, but
Yeah, no, she's somebody big. Isn't it Naomi Watts or something?
I want to say she looks more like a Jessica Chastain, but it's not her. It's not Jessica.
I'll look it up.
But yeah, but so they go out, he takes this girl to like this quarry, right? He found about, he'd been there the year before or something along those lines, and he takes this girl there. He wants to impress her. He wants to marry her, and he's gonna propose. I would have fucking warned him, don't ever do it. But anyway, he takes her out there, and they're just chilling on the beach next to this quarry, and he's going down. He's a diver, so he's diving down to like get precious stones and all this stuff from the, comes back up, and there's these like hooligans that are like starting to eye his girl and all that, and then shit just goes fucking bonkers. They start threatening him, and it just goes so dark by the end of the movie. I don't want to, I'm trying to, I think I've given a good enough.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good synopsis of it. I mean,
it goes dark. People that die that shouldn't die, people live that shouldn't live, and every twist and turn it's something different. Now, one notable thing about it, one of my favorite unknown actors is in it. His name is I want to say it's Thomas Turgoose. He's the redheaded kid in it. Do you know who I'm talking about, Jack? In the movie?
Thomas Turgoose is in the film. I'm looking at it right now.
It's a movie called 1984 that everybody must see. It's not horror, so we'll lead into that later. It's a phenomenal movie by a director named Shane Meadows that does nothing but good stuff. But yeah, so that was the one that I saw recently. I also was watching there was this series on HBO. I want to say it was called Fireflies. It was about these cheerleaders that crash on the side of a mountain. It's very much like Alive, that movie Alive, where they end up having to eat each other. But
yeah, it's a classic.
It's a pretty good series, and it has kind of a Lost vibe to it of what happened back then and how did we get here and why is she the one we're eating and why not that one. It's pretty good. The one I do want to see Human Centipede, because Mike has said that it's unwatchable, which
I mean,
no, I can't watch it, Mike. I know enough about it. I refuse to watch it.
I watched it.
Do you know there's a sequel?
A long time ago.
There's a sequel. How do you?
Yeah, there's a sequel.
It's got to be German. It's got to be German.
Yeah, it might be.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah. But I gotta watch it because I just want to see the bad acting. I mean, I miss the days of like Blair Witch. I remember when Blair Witch came out, like they had the public going.
Mm-hmm.
Were you part of the group? Was like, did you hear about this movie that's coming out? And
yeah,
they found this footage and
not a lot of advertising, right? It's just word of mouth.
I bought in wholeheartedly. Oh, there was definitely some like radio advertisement, but man, I bought in.
A lot of it was word of mouth. I mean, when the first time I saw it was at the Charles in Baltimore, and at the end of it was a single screen then, and at the end when people were filing out, it's this very old theater. The staff had put up little sticks, the little figures and all that stuff, like hanging in the lobby and in the hallway, like in at the theater. It's like, holy crap.
I don't know about you guys, but I thought Blair Witch was phenomenal.
I loved it.
It was revolutionary. It was the found footage. I mean, unfortunately, it started like 1,000 more of horrible movies that were not anywhere near as good as Blair Witch, but Blair Witch was great.
The clever little things that they did in it to make it look real, like when she's in the tent, she's talking to the camera, and like snot's dropping from her nose. Like,
yes.
Like,
no, she was good.
Keeping that in was like so.
And the little hands on the tent pressing in.
I thought Blair Witch is actually one of the better horror. I haven't watched it since I watched it the first time because it creeped me the fuck out.
That's what a good horror movie is. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. It's just your imagination. The less
Right.
they show, the better, right?
I don't
That's
think
the way it is with a
I don't
lot
think
of scary
anybody's
movies.
even touched how good that movie was.
Yeah, no, it also for me it preyed upon the fear. Like I'm a city kid. I was raised in the city, and the whole getting lost in the woods concept alone, being in the
Mhm.
woods, camping in the woods, like I did with you guys, just creeps me out.
Yeah,
And
and what did we get? We got a creepy picture.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. No, so that
Okay,
movie freaked me out. And then you add the whole like this whole story where is it a witch? Is it a serial killer? Is it a cult? Like you don't even know what
Coffin
the fuck
Rock.
is out there.
Yeah,
Like it
all
was
that.
so great.
And Josh, like, oh man, that movie was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In my,
Great
it's
idea.
easy- in horror movies, it's probably my top 10.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's a premise that's so good that the premise almost carries the movie.
But it's like you were saying, it's the word of mouth.
Which is
It's
so
how
weird.
they delivered it to.
Mhm.
I don't think that movie would be able to be made today just because there's all these spoiler people that would ruin it.
Yeah, it was before
Like that
the
was-
internet.
It was,
yeah.
No,
it
it
was
had a
on the
web
cusp
page.
of the internet. We were still
Mm.
more listening to radio. We definitely weren't listening to podcasts.
What
You
year
know what I
was
mean?
it? 98?
Oh
Yeah, Mike, it was around 99, 98,
I'm
definitely.
gonna say it's more like well, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're probably right. About 98.
Yeah, it was 98, 99, no doubt. Because I know where I saw it and I know where I had just moved.
America hadn't been full of computers in every house yet.
No, I'm with
So,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
so-
no, yeah, it wasn't
And
like it is
the World
now.
Wide Web was still the World Wide Web.
Well, it also spawned an entire genre of low budget horror movies called the found footage genre, where like there's movies like REC and VHS.
That movie
Cloverfield.
REC, I cannot get through it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, VHS is good too.
those.
Just the whole concept of finding like, oh, they found these people disappeared and we found the cameras. Like it just presents as a real thing. It's not glossy. It's shot poorly.
And it's
You know
low
what?
budget. Anybody can do it.
I guess it would.
Yeah.
I guess it would fall under found footage. I watched this movie. I want to say it was
Well, I think
Friended. Have you seen that?
no, but the
Like
biggest one, the biggest blockbuster of found footage movies ever is, of course, another one, Paranormal Activity.
Never seen it.
There's no
couple of them.
there's
Yeah.
hardly any
that all
production
found
value
footage?
to that movie, and it's fantastic.
Is it really that good? Maybe I'll watch it. I mean,
Yeah,
it gets a lot of hype.
it's probably the largest grossing movie of all time in terms of what they spent on it and
I don't know.
and what it made.
$13,000, and it made millions.
No, Paranormal Activity like blew it out of the water somehow.
I
There was
remember,
some-
I remember liking Paranormal Activity, the first
I
one.
gotta
I
watch
saw
it.
it and really liked it. Sort of like
Yeah, it's
it
good
was
shit.
one of those movies, not that it was not a horror movie, but the very first Mortal Kombat live action movie. Did you guys ever see that?
A long time ago.
I don't know why.
Everybody saw it.
I saw that in the theater and I was like, this is a fantastic like I didn't expect to like it that much. Anyway,
No, it was good. I remember liking that movie.
this one was kind of like that.
Yeah, it was a lot better than House of the Dead, which
Yes.
is god awful.
Oh man, of the Dead. Just to bring up a movie that everybody should see, and I'm sure everybody here has seen. Man, I love going back and watching Night of the Living Dead, the original one, with its whole
Yeah.
civil rights vibe and like, you know what I'm talking about? Like
Right.
that guy is the hero, and then he gets
Yeah.
shot in the end, and like, oh my god, what a
Yeah,
I
what
just
a reveal.
Don't spoil movies when you haven't talked to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I'm
I
I'm
guarantee
gonna go. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that
I've
it's not really a deep cut to
Yeah.
recommend Night of the Living Dead. Like it's
No.
But
I know. I'm just-
goddamn, that was a good movie.
I have
oh,
seen
it's a
it.
great movie.
I saw it, I was blown away. Like the cinematography was like
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
we,
a
we
beautiful.
spent about 10 minutes on it last year.
oh
Yeah,
did
it's
we?
it's a
Sorry.
beautiful
If
movie.
you want more on zombie movies, last year.
28 Days Later has got to be the greatest of the new ones.
You probably tapped on that one too.
Yeah, but
Did you guys see The Ring? Speaking of like a found footage, because The Ring was kind of, I mean, it wasn't a fully found footage, but there was like found footage as the central part of the story, though.
Part of the synopsis or the,
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
If you haven't
Yeah,
seen
well,
watch the original like Japanese version. Same thing with the Grudge.
Ringu.
Ringu.
Yeah,
Those-
no, I remember like one of the first movies that played upon like the whole VHS video craze was a Cronenberg film called Videodrome from like
Oh,
nine called
yes.
like it features Blondie, like Debbie Harry, like back in the
Wow.
day. Yeah, no, it's a deep cut. It's a good movie.
Wasn't it like
Horror
a
fans have seen it, but
wasn't it kind of a VR vibe to that? Virtual reality vibe to that movie?
well, I mean, it was pre-virtual reality. It was like all about VHS and videos and like voyeurism and porn. It was pretty fucking, ahead of its time. Pretty
I am
provocative
thinking
stuff.
of, it had Natalie Wood in it. Was it called Brainstorm? That was the one that was more like a VR.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie.
Yeah.
Brain Scan or Brainstorm, something like that.
I think that was another one, Brain Scan.
Yeah, that would be the knockoff from Brainstorm.
Oh, okay.
So, $30 movie.
I can't get over Mike. He looks like a trans school teacher or
I
something.
know, man.
His name.
Yeah.
I needed the longer wig, and I needed to look more like Russell Brand.
That was what
He got the beard. He's got gray now. So
Yeah,
I was toying with coming on and
I
going
should have put some gray up here.
full trans, but I don't think the world's ready for that. I'm a beautiful woman. I am.
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
next
design.
year. Maybe next year is.
I think we've just said it.
What happened to your friends? Didn't we have some friends here?
they crawled all the way up in there.
Oh, they kept crawling.
They're just eating shit.
That's what I get. You
I
know,
would it's
a movie,
anybody's. So who else has like a movie that a horror movie that you should see, but probably most people have not seen?
I've got like a list that I made
Give us some.
back in the day. So I had made, Zeus knows this. I was on a horror movie watching Kick a few years ago, and I was trying to rank them. And I compiled a list of like over 100.
oh my,
And there's a lot of, obviously as you get closer to the top, there's movies like I'm not gonna recommend movies that
Right.
everybody and their mother should have seen already. Like if you haven't seen The Thing or The Exorcist or The Shining, then go see them, I guess, because you're
Right,
you're
right.
you're a fool. So
The original ones.
I
folks.
can go. I'll go through some recommendations, just going off this list here.
Yeah.
There's a South Korean movie that only came out a few years ago called Train to Busan.
Yes.
I've heard
I've
of
seen
this.
that one.
I've heard of this.
It's
It's
arguably
fantastic.
it's the best zombie movie I've seen in over a decade. It's really amazing. It's got like it's got a real plot. It's about a father and daughter. It's about these different characters. Essentially, it's Night of the Living Dead on a bullet train,
Oh.
Mhm.
and they're stuck in this train with these very fast, frenetic zombies.
Yes.
It's
The ones
really
with, like,
amazing. If you haven't seen Train to Busan, you have to see
I'm
it.
going to see it. Yeah, I'm going to see it.
I wrote it
Definitely.
down.
And it's
I-
got kind of
Uh,
like a Simon Pegg quality, doesn't it? Where at first it seems like a normal movie, and then
It does seem like a
and
normal
then
movie.
the zombies just
Yeah,
everything goes
but
nuts.
yeah, but Tom, it doesn't take long. It happens. It happens very quickly. It's definitely not humorous like Shaun of the Dead or
Hmm.
To give credit to Asian
horror.
movies
Yeah,
or horror movies in general, like what was that movie that came out a few years ago where they were in the house, like these people took over
Parasite.
Paris. They had this
Oh yeah.
really, and it's only in like the Asian genre. They have this really fascinating way of like incorporating like family values and love and all this with fucking deep dark shit. Like Parasite.
yeah.
Parasite was so dark that I got lost in the darkness and forgot that this was about a family that was like just chilling at the house. And then then you get to the barbecue and fucking people are getting fucking lawnmowers in their fucking neck.
Yeah, yeah. Zeus is all full of spoilers tonight.
Well, Parasite, that's another one. You haven't seen
No,
it.
It
no,
won the
Parasite.
Oscar, so
Yeah, Parasite won Best Picture. So if you haven't seen it, then that's
But this
on you.
Hassan, I've heard a lot about it, so, and you just locked me in. I gotta see it now.
You have to see it. Another one that came out recently, and this isn't, I don't think this is a deep cut because if you haven't seen it, you're foolish. It's a movie called Hereditary. Came out about 5-6 years ago.
I meant to.
Is that the one with the
Write that
creepy
down.
looking little girl?
Yes, Hereditary is must watch. If you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. It's
I
in
have
the,
not
it's in my
seen
top.
that.
It's in my top 10.
I
Wow.
have to say, I agree with you up to a point. I don't understand how it ended up at the end. I'm not going to spoil this one because these guys clearly haven't seen it, but I don't know how it turned out to be what it was at the end. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it took a hard right.
No,
Hey,
I mean,
hey,
I
no
would,
spoilers, man.
no, Zeus,
Zeus,
I would revisit it. I mean, it made sense to me. It makes sense in the narrative. I mean, I don't know, but it's a great movie.
Oh my God.
All right, now I'm going through Chalk, another South Korean movie called The Wailing. That's recent as
Ooh,
well. That
I
came
haven't
out
seen
about
that.
7-8 years ago. The Wailing deals with the concepts of good and evil. It's very religious. It's also comedic at times. It's really long, but The Wailing is just an expertly made movie. You feel for the characters, like Zeus said, as far as these Asian horror movies, they're pitted in realism and about family so that you actually believe what you're watching, and then when the shit hits the fan, you go with it. It's kind of like Rosemary's Baby in the way that when the ending happens, you're so seated in reality that you have to accept it. Like, this is what's actually happening.
See, that's what I was going with Hereditary. You're so seated in this is all kind of normal stuff, and then it becomes something supernatural. I think that isn't giving anything away.
Wait, Hereditary? You talking about Hereditary? You talking about like
Hereditary. I'm talking about Hereditary. That's how
okay.
I felt. I was like, this is all kind of like could be violent, like Family Annihilator or whatever, and then it goes, what the fuck? Like for me, it went.
Yeah,
no,
I got you. It hits you in about the 25-minute mark. You know,
Yeah,
you're
Probably
in.
a good sign if they're doing some character building.
Hereditary is
early
very
on.
good. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes when they take that hard turn, if you're not ready for it, it's hard to swallow.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I've got a few that I would recommend that real horror fans have seen, but now it's 2023, so these movies kind of go back. There's an Asian horror movie, I think it's Japanese, called Audition.
Oh, I've heard about that one. Yeah,
I think
Yeah,
I've seen
Audition.
that. I don't remember, but I think I've seen it.
is that
Audition, it's about this guy who's a widower. Maybe he's divorced, but I think he's a widower, and he has pull with a major network that, like, produces TV shows, movies, the like. And he needs a new woman in his life. And so he literally holds an audition convincing these women that they're trying out for a part, but he's trying to find a woman to be with him, and he finds one, and it just goes from there. It's got one of the most disturbing endings I've ever seen. You have to see it. A fun one from the 80s. If you haven't seen it, you guys know this movie. It's very comedic in nature. It's a classic. It's John Landis directed it. It's called An American Werewolf in London. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. It's an amazing, fun movie. There's a movie called The Descent. Zeus, you probably saw this.
Yes, gosh.
Yeah, 2005. It's about this group of like these outdoorsy women that get together and they go like whitewater rafting and mountain climbing. And there's a human story to it. One of them is a widow. They're all taking her to go. What is it called, Mike? Spelunking or cave diving?
Yeah, going into caves is spelunking.
Spelunking, right? So they go spelunking, and they get more than they bargained for. Let's just leave it at that. That's a great movie. This one's more sci-fi. There's a movie called Ex Machina. Came out about 10 years ago. It's kind of a modern play on Dracula and Frankenstein, but it's about what happens when you create an AI robot woman. And we're kind of going there, so I definitely recommend that movie. Let me see. Zeus mentioned Eden Lake. A zombie classic, Return of the Living Dead from 1985. This is a very tongue-in-cheek punk rock 80s zombie movie with a great soundtrack. It's a lot of fun. A movie called Possession, 1981. It's a European movie. It's got what's her name? Mike, European actress Isabella Gianni, I think is her name. It's got Sam Neill in it, who's in Jurassic Park, and everybody knows Sam Neill when you lay eye, but he's like 22 years old when he made this movie.
Jeez.
It's really disturbing. It's it's called Possession, but it's 1980. There's been a bunch of horror movies with that title. This is the 1981 with Sam Neill. It's very Euro. And I'll just leave it at that. Let me see what else. Okay, 1977. There's a movie called The Sentinel. It's got Chris Sarandon. It's got Burgess Meredith. It's got Beverly D'Angelo. It's about this. It's in New York, and there's this old brownstone, and this model rents an apartment in it, and it's basically a gateway to hell. That's the premise. Run with it. It's excellent. 1979. This is a guilty pleasure of mine. Made for TV miniseries, 2 nights. Little Stephen King project called Salem's Lot with David Soul. That's just for me, but really people should watch it. It's a 3-hour movie without the commercials all put together. You can find it. What else? The Howling, 1981, Joe Dante werewolf movie. Fantastic. 2016, there's a movie called Raw. It's a French movie about a girl who's basically a cannibal. Really excellent movie. What else do we got? Let Us Pray, 2014. It's about what happens when the devil comes to a small Irish town and essentially gets arrested. And it's his night in a jail cell. It's called Let Us Pray, Prey. What else did I have here? 2017, a movie called The Void, VOID, very Lovecraftian, very there's another dimension. It starts to leak into our own. People are trapped in a hospital. Go from there. What else do I have?
You mentioned Event Horizon. Great horror flick.
Yeah, Event Horizon. It really could have been like a fucking amazing horror movie. It kind of loses. It goes off the rails at the end, Zeus. You know what I mean? But it's a good movie. Event Horizon's a good deep cut. Good call.
Was Sam Neill in that too?
Sam Neill's in that,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it's a haunted house in space.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
Hellraiser before Hellraiser was Hellraiser.
No, Hellraiser was first, but that's a good one too. If you haven't seen Hellraiser, you got to see that too. Let me see.
Oh wait! You're scaring President Biden. You're getting him scared.
I'm sorry.
Oh, slow down, man. Slow down.
Okay, here's one. 2002, Dog Soldiers. That's like a British movie, maybe Irish, and it's about this battalion of soldiers that gets trapped and surrounded by werewolves. I mean, that's the plot.
That's Castle Wolfenstein.
Yeah, it's excellent. It's a lot of fun. Midsummer only came out about 4 or 5 years ago.
It's so fucked up.
It is. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That is maybe one of the more fucked up movies that's come out in a long time.
Yeah, Midsummer's all about a woman's wrath. Hell hath no fury. I'm gonna leave it at that.
And that's Frances Pugh, who is
That's right, movie star.
She's a big movie star now. She was in the Black Widow movie. She's Black Widow's sister. and she
Mhm.
goes up all over. I think she was in the Hawkeye series.
Series. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a Marvel staple now. So this is where she started in Midsummer. Really good. Really good movie.
She
Uh
mocked
it's
herself.
it's
She's great.
I've got some 80s cheese fun movies like Demons, The Blob, Reanimator,
Come on,
Candy
Nightmare on
Reanimator.
Elm Street. Come on.
Nightmare. Well, that's not cheese, but yeah, that's I figured everybody's seen it, but that's like Candyman. I've got Candyman on here.
You know what? The new Candyman,
I
uh,
heard it's pretty good.
where the guy was an artist
I
in
heard it's pretty well, he was too in the original.
it
Yeah.
was really good. Like it was frightening good.
Well, the
Um,
original's
Movie.
no, I mean, well, okay, yeah, fair enough. But no, it was like I watched that recently and I was amazed at how good it was. It was a very well done movie. Well, great cinematography. Was Jordan Peele behind that? Because Jordan Peele's been putting out some fucking crazy good.
he might have produced the Candyman remake. I mean, I'm just saying the original with Virginia Madsen, who I had a mad crush on as a kid, is
Who did?
excellent.
Who was the guy that played the lead in that? He was in
Tony Todd.
He's been in a
Yeah.
ton of stuff.
Yeah, Tony Todd's got that voice. He's got that voice.
What was the Jordan Peele movie where it was aliens and they were in the cloud and you could only see the cloud? Ah, it was so
Nope.
good.
Nope.
No,
that's-
yeah, it's called No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That
Yeah,
was
I
good.
know.
The one that I started and I couldn't finish was Us.
I heard Us was better. I heard Us
Us
was better than.
No, dude, it's frightening enough that I was like, I can't watch this.
Oh, cool. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it.
Like Jordan Peele he's an interesting cat, man, because that dude's funny as hell.
Yeah.
And he has this, I don't want to call it like Dolomite quality, like where he's doing these like almost exploitation films, but he's like ragging on, and how do I word this? I don't want to word this in the wrong way because I don't mean it in a negative way, but he's like putting down like white privilege and things like that, but he's not beating us up. He's saying stuff that any of us here would kind of agree with. You know what I mean? He's a very interesting cat. I really like.
Yeah. I don't know though, man. I gotta say he got a lot of love for Get Out, which
Get
is
Out was very good.
no. Get Out is a really well produced, polished, fun horror movie.
But it was a little heavy on the white hate kind of thing.
Well, what it is it's a remake of the Stepford Wives, but instead of it's misogynistic men in the 70s trying to create these perfect women, it's it's white people becoming black people by taking their bodies and putting their brains in them. Like it's the same movie. I mean, it's the Stepford Wives.
It was a good movie. I definitely
I loved it. But I knew what it was. I'm like, okay, this isn't that original, and it's basically this anti-white trope, about, But I was okay.
I really don't think that he's anti-white. I think he's.
I don't know. I don't think he is either. I'm saying that was the movie. The movie is. I mean.
But he's definitely digging on that vibe and getting that vibe out there because it's making him money. He's brilliant. I expect a lot.
Yeah, he's a smart, talented guy, no doubt.
Thought that the guy from Key and Peele would be like this fucking.
Yeah, I love that he's a horror movie fan. I hope he keeps making them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one last one. If you guys want to move on, there's a 1960 movie, British, called Peeping Tom. It actually predated Psycho. And it's really kind of a beautiful film cinematography wise, and it's definitely worth seeing if you're like a horror fan. Like it's so old. I mean, shit, it's 60 years old now, 63 years old, and it's very adult and very graphic for its time. And a lot of movies, weren't back in the day.
What's that called again?
Peeping Tom.
Peeping Tom.
Like our Peeping Tom.
Like our Peeping Tom.
Yes.
Hey. Oh.
I just have.
Yes.
I've got more. I could go on forever. I've gone on for a while, so
Wow,
I'll
that's a
I'll
lot.
call it quits.
I took a lot of notes during that segment.
No, I did too.
So- and I mean, I love horror movies, and I've
I
seen
mean, I've seen a lot.
almost so
talk
many,
about,
but gosh,
Oh, The Beast Within, 1982. Good movie.
Beast Within.
Why does that sound familiar?
Hey, and you know what? Back, I don't want to.
Yeah, you've seen it, Mike. You worked in the cinema back in the day. I know you've
Yeah.
seen it.
I
I have a
don't.
feeling I'm going to sit down and watch some of these, and I've seen this before.
Yeah,
Like I don't
you
recognize
probably
the
have.
title.
We-
but-
we-
I don't want to belabor 28 Days Later, but one of the best sequels was to that movie, which was 28 Weeks Later. It was such a great spin on the zombie vibe where everybody's seen 28 Days Later?
Mhm.
Have you seen 28 Weeks Later?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. It like they do this whole and what was his name? The guy's been in like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. He's the main character, the one that kind of
Jason Statham?
no, Statham's not in 28 Weeks Later. It's the Weasley kind of soccer guy in it. He's in a ton of stuff, but he like sells out his whole family at the
Right
beginning.
at the beginning.
It was such a great.
He was in
sequel.
Full Monty or something.
Yeah, he was in the Full Monty. He's
can't
been in.
remember.
Oh yeah.
He's a great actor. But the way that movie was sent out was amazing because it was like, okay, we thought we got rid of everybody of all the killer zombies, the fast zombies, and that was arguably the first fast zombie movie. That I'm gonna stick to that unless somebody could come up with one that was earlier. But I say 28 Days Later was the beginning of fast zombies. What
No,
do you
it's
call it?
just funny. No, the fast zombie period.
God damn, that original movie had so many great actors. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent. But 28 Weeks Later, if you haven't seen it, it's a goddamn good follow up to.
Hey, do you guys remember that movie 30 Days of Night?
Yes, based
Yes.
on a graphic novel.
Yeah, it was Vampires in Alaska, really is the
Yeah.
subtitle for that movie.
30 Days of Night.
And I want to say
Yeah.
it was Jason Hartnett. It was a
Yeah,
weird.
I think it was Hartnett. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
That movie like at night, like on TV. Like I didn't know what it was. I just started watching it like 5
pretty
minutes
good.
in.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's pretty
I like
good. And
Yeah,
it's a great
it's a fun
concept. Vampires in Alaska.
Yeah, Vampires in Alaska.
Fucking 6 months a night.
It's funny with movies, especially this time of year. I like how, like, at least on Hulu and some other stations put out just like a ton of not Hollywood, Halloween movies. So it's a good time to catch up on ones that you haven't seen. But there was one on the other day when I was getting ready to go to bed, and it was on TCM. It was Mark of the Vampire from 1935, and I watched it. Lionel Barrymore's in it.
I
Bela
thought you meant
Lugosi.
Drew.
No,
Mhm.
Bela Lugosi's in it. But I was like watching it, and I was like, this is a beautiful movie. Like, this is a good movie.
You know what's
like,
another
just
movie
I
like
mean,
that?
not that it wouldn't be good, but
Does
anyway,
anybody remember a movie called Ghost Story?
yes,
Yes.
I remember about
That
it. I
movie
don't
was
remember it.
so terrifying when I was a kid.
Yeah, Ghost Story was yeah, Mike, you remember this. It had
Yeah.
Fred Astaire, John Houseman, oh fuck, two other like really big guys from that era. I can't
Was
think
it
of who
made
they
for
were.
I
TV?
want to say
No.
It was not.
Who
Okay.
played in Lawrence of Arabia? Because I want to say he was in it.
Peter O'Toole.
No, he's not in Ghost Story. He's not in Ghost Story.
Who's the one? And this is going to be so damning. The one scene that stands out is when the guy's flying out the window, fucking naked as a jaybird,
Yeah.
and oh my god, the movie's just so.
No, it had that creepy chick in it who was like the Borg in Star Trek, The Next Generation. I
Oh,
can't think of her.
Douglas Fairbanks Jr., John Houseman, Lance Holcomb,
Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire. Yeah, he was up at the top.
Yeah.
That's fucking vague.
Oh, I got one more gem. There's a movie called Tourist Trap. Came out in like 79 or 1980 with Chuck Connors. You have to watch Tourist Trap. You have to.
With
It's
Chuck
just-
Connors.
Chuck Connors.
Chuck Connors.
You're gonna love him in this, boy.
Dude, he's the man.
Tourist Trap.
I
This
love it.
show is so all Jack and all Tom being Biden.
So I've
Look
got
at everything he does looks ridiculous.
what, Tom?
He's just chewing gum or something.
Yeah. Hey,
Popcorn.
Tom, I think every episode you should wear the Biden face.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. Or whoever's in the news.
Wait, I've got my ice cream.
Yes, the ice cream is amazing.
He stuck it through his chin.
What were you gonna say, Mike?
No, I was saying there's two other movies that I just thought about during just in the last few minutes. And
Oh, cool.
one was that I just remember really liking. It was goofy, it was funny, but it was also kind of weird and a horror
Hugh's
movie.
Big Adventure.
No,
Okay. I was just trying to
House,
get-
which I think we
Oh,
talked about.
House
House.
is fucking
Yes.
amazing.
With what's the guy from Greatest American Hero, whatever his name
Yeah,
is.
William Cat.
William
That
Cat.
was a
Cat.
cool
Yeah,
movie.
and George Wendt.
George Wendt.
But even
and-
better, the sequel
The
had
guy
Yeah,
from
House.
Cliff Clavin from
Really?
Yeah, John Ratzenberger was in House 2.
Ratzenberger
That's
was
right.
in the sequel, and he was like the Ghostbuster guy. The
That's right.
sequel's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, House 2, and it had
House 3, then they
the
shit the
second
bed.
story. It said like the second
Yeah.
story. I remember
Yeah.
that.
House 2
Yeah.
is fucking solid.
Yeah, House was fun 'cause it was kind of like, what is this movie? It's kind of like Evil Dead 2. Like, what is
Yeah.
this movie?
And you know
Yeah,
what?
it
And
definitely
it's
was like-
also it's like come on, it's Greatest American Hero. He didn't get the props for a fucking great show. At least he got House.
I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely had the Evil Dead 2 vibes. And I didn't.
Yeah.
That was another one when I was watching. I was like, what am I looking at? Like, I didn't know
Yeah.
where. it was
Well,
going.
Evil Dead was a weird thing. Like the first movie was straight on horror.
Yes, I love it. Love it. Got the poster and
The
everything.
second-
Love
yeah.
Evil Dead.
The second one, a lot
It
of
was like
horror,
Three
but a little bit of
Stooges.
comedy. And then when you get to what was
Army
it?
of Darkness.
Army of Darkness
Yeah.
was a masterpiece. When he's doing Klaatu Barada Nikto, I'm losing it.
So
Mhm. Yeah, no, he says this is my boomstick, and he's got the shotgun up for an arm.
another
That was
Raimi
a
movie.
great movie. Army of Darkness is my favorite of all of them, to be honest. But
Oh, first one.
They're fantastic.
and the horror stories that they talk about with that first movie, like if you ever listen to any interviews,
Yeah.
like they were like throwing K-Rose syrup with red dye on them, but it was like freezing cold. Like Sam Raimi was a monster director. Like he really was going for like getting and it's not character acting, it was like method acting. It was like you gotta be cold to act like you're cold. Like
Zeus. It was on such a shoestring film student budget. They had to shoot it. They were like, "We're here.
yeah.
We're fucking doing it.
It was a
Like,
cool
so suck it up."
Yeah, the story behind how they made that movie is phenomenal. Bruce Campbell was a beast actor.
Yeah,
too.
he's great. He's great.
You know what was on? I've been on the couch watching stuff, trying to go to sleep. But Crime Wave, which was another Raimi movie. It's not a horror movie, but it came out before. I think it was after Evil Dead, but before Army of Darkness. But anyway, it's
Crime Wave?
It's a Crime Wave.
I never saw Crime Wave.
Yeah, it's got Bruce Campbell in it. It's got all those guys.
I
Oh,
love
I never saw that.
Yeah,
Bruce Campbell's amazing.
it's the same troupe. A lot of familiar faces. But anyway, so that's really
I'm
good.
hoping Bruce Campbell pulls like a Brandon Fraser kind of Oscar, because that guy, man.
That's not. He's having so much fun being Ash, like
Yeah, he's
going to
having-
like.
Brandon Fraser. Brandon Fraser's been doing Doom Patrol on
Yeah,
Max. Like a
Yeah.
decent, being a total cheeseball actor. I could totally see Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell's got some acting chops.
But Bruce Campbell started as a cheeseball actor. I mean, he's
Right,
not gonna
he
go
is.
back to it. He did Briscoe County was great. The
Briscoe
Burn
County
Notice.
was so good.
Burn Notice is a great show. He was
Yeah.
on that.
Briscoe
What about-
County is a
yeah,
fucking
Bubba Hotep. That's
Yeah.
a strange movie.
show.
So the other one, the last movie I thought about, and again, I just saw the trailer for this one recently, and I love it. I've seen it 100 million times on like the creature feature stuff.
Oh, what?
Shockwaves, which is like it was made in the 70s, and the soundtrack's all this like horrible like synth, and it's about before the end of World War II, the Nazis created or took zombies and turned them into like deadly soldiers, and then they
Your
could
hair looks.
they could breathe
amazing.
underwater, and they started marching across the Atlantic, but then the war ended, and then like just now they're reaching and they're coming up
They've been walking the whole time.
Wait, Mike, what is it? What is it called?
shock waves. It's
Oh,
got
I have to
Peter
see
Cushing in
that.
it. It's got
I
Peter
have to,
Cushing in it.
it
How
sounds it's did you ever see Psychomania with the zombie motorcycle gang in England?
No.
Oh, it's
I got a little topic to throw in here.
And
How
they just
about-
kill people.
How
Yeah.
about something you read that you want to see turned into a movie? For me, it's The Long Walk by Stephen King. That story, if they do it right, do you know The Long Walk by Stephen King?
No.
So,
yeah,
But
yeah,
I don't
it's
read
good.
a lot of horror. though.
but well, this isn't really horror, but
It's not horror.
some of Stephen King's greatest movies weren't even horror. Like
Yeah, no,
Stand By Me is Stephen King. Like, and that's not a
Yeah.
horror movie at all. I mean, it's dark, but Long Walk is about, I guess it's kind of a dystopian future, and
Yep.
and you gotta, if you want to feed your family, you gotta walk, and you just walk and walk and walk, and who the last one, you walk until you can't walk again anymore, and it's a fucking great story. That one, and the one where the guy is like burying the people out in the desert. I forget what it's called, but that one's good. But Long Walk is such a prime, or it should be a movie, and it'd be a lot of walking. So
It's a lot of talking and walking and character. Yeah.
but you could do the whole throwback to the family and
Sure. No, you could definitely do that
It's
movie.
definitely a way to do it. Would you agree that would make a great movie if they did it right?
If you get the right people in it, sure. That would be good. There's good strong characters in it.
It's like got this fascist vibe to it of like,
Yeah. They got guys with machine guns like along the trail.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
if
like
you
they
go
just
down, you don't
walk
get up. They fucking shoot your ass. Yeah.
And if you stop walking, boom, you're shot. And it's like, in the story they go back. They do a lot of flashbacks to their
Mhm.
life back at home. That one would be, I don't know if that falls under horror, but definitely
Dark.
in that, yeah, it would be a great one. Yeah, Stephen King, that guy can just write fucking horror all day long. And
Hey, do you guys remember an 80s horror flick, vampire flick, a lot of fun called Fright Night?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Right.
great one.
Yeah, they should have never done any sequels. That movie
Yeah.
was perfect.
No, that was
Yeah,
great.
and they shouldn't have remade it either with Colin Farrell. That was terrible.
Oof.
Oh, I didn't even know they did that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they did a
sounds-
remake of it. Not good.
Pretty for that movie.
I don't know. The
And
first
they
dude
also
was like,
they also did Total Recall with him, which was a piece of shit as well.
Yeah, why mess with Total Recall? Just leave it alone.
yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, Total
Yeah,
Recall
leave it
was
alone.
perfect in its awfulness.
That's like remaking RoboCop. Oh, that's right. They did that too.
Mm.
Actually, I kind of like the remake of RoboCop.
Mm-mm-mm.
I like the actor that was playing the RoboCop. That
Yeah, but you just don't need to remake it. Just fucking re-release it. I'll go see it.
yeah. He's been in some really good stuff. He was in some series that was on a while back. That was
Yeah, The Killing.
Killing. Yes.
6,000 SUX.
Yeah, he was that actor needs more roles. I like him a lot. He's great in everything he does.
So what else do we have on this fine Halloween evening, boys?
Any scary
That
story?
might be it.
Yeah, I thought you guys wanted to tell scary stories or something.
I
don't
have a
tell
scary story.
stories. My scary story is called "Get Married."
That's
Oh,
yeah.
We already did that.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
hey Zeus, I've read that one. I've read that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's frightening. I don't know. I guess Jack, maybe we're up for your words of.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys think we've been on for a while? Everybody, have we?
so. Yeah.
It feels like we've been on for a while.
I feel like I
Yeah.
died and come back, and I'm just roaming the world, searching for brains. We've been on so long.
Hey, you're not even wearing a costume, man.
I wore a peace costume at the beginning.
I mean, look at
sorry
me.
you
I
did.
kept my costume on the entire time.
Same here. I kept mine on
Oh,
the
man.
whole time.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
6 million awakening subscribers.
Tom's fucking costume is the greatest costume
Yes.
ever. And I hate you for not letting me be the center of the
What?
show, 'cause I thought my human centipede
It was
fucking
great.
awesome.
It was hilarious.
But Tom's is fucking ridiculously awesome.
Tom's is great.
All right, guys, we have been on for a while, so it is time to wrap things up. Happy Halloween, everybody.
See you, mates.
Halloween, kids.
See you,
Stop
mate.
by the house. I'll smell your hair.